Okay, so in the previous session, we discussed about SAP ERP and how we are going to use SAP ERP to run the business. What is the programming we use to enhance or to create custom applications in SAP ERP? What is the programming we are going to use? SAP ABAP. So it is a fourth generation programming language. Yeah, you can mute now. Today we'll discuss what is OLTP and OLAP. OLTP and OLAP. And we know what is ERP. ERP is a product which contains predefined functionalities to run the business, and SAP provides better integration between different departments. So SAP is, with the help of SAP ERP or any other ERP products, the performance of the business can be improved. Okay. So today we'll discuss what is OLTP and what is OLAP. OLTP means online transaction processing system, OLTP system, or you can also take like this: OLTP system, OLAP system. And now I'll give you the details of OLTP and OLAP. OLTP means online transaction processing system. It's kind of system. It's kind of software system. OLTP is one kind of software system. So what is OLTP? When you go to the shopping mall, at the billing counter, the billing clerk is going to use one system, right?
Yes, sir.
What is going to do with that system? What he is going to do? How he is going to use that system or that computer?
Transactions. They generate the invoice or bill.
Bill. They'll scan the items what you have purchased and they'll generate the bill, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Bill is a transaction or not?
Yes, one of
That is
transaction.
one transaction, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So the transaction contains the customer who purchased those products and the product details, right?
Yes, sir.
If you go to the bank to deposit some amount or to withdraw some amount or to generate some DD, so the banking clerk going to use one system, right? What type of system it is? What is going to do with that system? He or she. They're going to create one transaction, right? The transaction might be a withdrawal or the transaction might be a deposit. That can be any transaction. Transaction type might be a withdrawal transaction or deposit transaction. They are going to create a transaction, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you go to the ATM and withdraw some amount, what will happen? Is that going to deduct balance from your account or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Deducted.
When you check the mini statement again after some time, can you see your previous transactions or not?
sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So what does that mean? Whatever the withdrawal or deposit, whatever the withdrawal you did through that ATM, it is going to create one transaction in their bank database, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what type of systems are these? Whatever the billing clerk using in shopping malls or whatever the systems using by the bank clerks, like if you go to the railway booking counter, whatever the systems they are using, what they'll do in railway booking counter, they book the tickets, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Each reservation is a one transaction for Indian Railways, right?
Yes, sir.
So they're going to create transactions using those systems, right?
Yes, sir.
So those kind of systems, what we call
OLTP system.
OLTP systems. OLTP systems.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What does the OLTP systems contains?
Transaction.
Or we can also call current data. Okay. What type of data that OLTP systems contains? Transactional data, we can call it as transactional data, operational data, or current data. Okay. Operational data, nothing but most useful data, most recent data. Okay. OLTP contains most recent data or operational data. Operational data means the most recent data, helpful data. It doesn't contain 10 years old transactions. We are not going to store 10 years old transactions in our OLTP systems. We are not going to store 15 years ago transactions in our OLTP systems. No historical data in the OLTP systems. We are not going to store historical data. So let's say this OLTP system we are using from the past 20 years. And I am saying that we are going to maintain only operational data or current data, maybe which is around 4 or 5 years old data. But what about the rest of the data? 10 years old data or 15 years old data. So organizations will archive or delete that old data, which is not at all useful for them. Okay. The organizations will delete that historical data, old data from OLTP systems. Before deleting, they might take some backups, data backups into some hard drives, and they'll delete the data from OLTP systems. Okay. So what type of data that OLTP systems contains?
Transactional or
Uh,
recent.
transactional
Recent.
transactional data or operational data. Operational data is the correct word. Okay. Operational data or current data. Okay. I can give you an example. I think most of you are might have using internet banking, or
Yes, sir.
sometimes you might go to the bank and ask for your bank statement, right? What is the
Yes,
maximum
sir.
period you can download in your internet banking account? What is the maximum time period? Can you download the last 10 year statements of your account from internet banking?
No, sir.
I think it will allow only up to 1 year or
Yes,
maybe
sir.
2 years. Beyond that, you cannot download
Yes, that.
the transactions from internet banking. Why? Because that internet banking account or that statement option is integrated with OLTP system. Does OLTP systems contains last 10 years data? No. The bank is not going to maintain historical data in the OLTP systems. They'll archive it or they'll delete it. But if you go to the bank, if you submit a request, they can give you last 10 year statements. They might take some time, 1 day or 2 days time. or they might provide immediately. But how they are able to provide? Because they are going to use a different system to do that. That is a OLAP system. They might use OLAP system, which contains historical data, or they might use a different system which is not operational, which is not in live. They use that system to copy or to download your historical transactions, but they are not going to run. They are not going to download your last 10 years bank statement from live OLTP system, their banking system, because they won't maintain that historical data. Okay. Is everyone clear about OLTP system?
Yes, sir.
For example, if I go to the shopping mall, if I want to see last 5 years spend analysis, okay, what are the purchases I did in the last 5 years, and what is the type of the items I purchased, what are the discounts I got, and what is the total amount I saved by using their discount options. To find this, what we need to do? For example, I wanted to find total discount I got from a shopping mall in the past 5 years. How can I find the total discount? No. I need to sum up all the transactions which I did in last 5 years, right? There might be some discount amount, right, in each transaction. In each
Yes,
transaction,
yes.
whenever I purchase something, there will be some discount, maybe 10% or 5% discount. I might shop in that shopping mall like in the past 5 years for around 200 or 300 times. Now what I need to do? We need to sum up all those 200 or 300 transactions
All the
discount amount so that we can get the total discount amount, right?
yes.
Which we got in the last 5 years. For this, what we need to do? We need to aggregate all the historical records. Correct? Aggregate is nothing but sum up, right? On which system we are going to apply to get that? OLTP system, right? If you are trying to
Yes.
aggregate thousands of records, if you are trying to aggregate thousands of records in the OLTP system, and in the other way, those systems are live in the business, right? If you take it as a shopping mall, they might have 10 or 20 outlets or branches. In each branch, hundreds of employees are going to work on those systems, right? But in the other hand, in the other scenario, we are trying to generate or aggregate thousands of records to find out some analysis, right? What will happen? There will be huge load on the system, right?
Yes.
Along with the transactions, you are also doing analysis of the data which created 10 years ago or 5 years ago. That means lakhs of records, right? So it will affect the performance of the actual production system where billing clerks are going to create the transactions. Correct? Sometimes you might observe that when you go to the bank, they'll say that bank systems are down, bank servers are down, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Why that happen? When there is a huge load on the
What?
banking system, the servers may not be handle that
That
load,
load.
then they'll fail. So to reduce that load, so what we do? We use a separate system, that is OLAP system, for analysis, data analysis, right? We use OLTP systems just to create the transactions. But to analyze that data, what is the type of the system we use?
OLTP.
OLAP system. Analysis, I'll give you an example. I'll take the same shopping mall example. So there is one company. For example, take Max. Max is a shopping outlet, right? For clothes and everything.
Yes.
Or you can also take Reliance Trends. Take Reliance Trends. So they have many outlets in around the country, right?
Yes.
Every day they're going to create lakhs of transactions, right?
Yes.
Lakhs of customers are going to shop in their outlets throughout the country. Daily, they might create 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs transactions, right?
Yes.
So there is a CEO of Reliance Trends who wanted to analyze what is the total discount they have provided for the customers in the year 2022.
Okay.
How much amount they spent on the discounts, how much amount they provided as discount for the all the customers. Total amount he wanted to find. What you need to do? Clear, right? Total discount amount provided in the year 2022 for all the customers. What you need to do now? You need to
See,
sum up all the records, all the
they
transactions
aggregate
created in
the. Yes.
2022, right? Every transaction
Previous.
created by all the customers in
Yes.
2022. In the year 2022, you need to aggregate. Then only he can get the total discount amount, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
What is trying to do here? He's trying to aggregate millions of records. It will definitely consume all the system
Overload.
resources. It will put additional load on the system, transactional system. If you are trying to do that analysis in OLTP system, right? So your actual servers
Yes.
might fail when you are trying to aggregate that huge data, right?
Yes.
The actual transactions might stop. Customers is not able to generate their bills. It will stop your business for some time until that issue is fixed. So to avoid that issues, what we do, we have a separate system, that is OLAP system. What we do in OLAP system? Data analysis, mostly used by management, companies management, to analyze their business. What we do in OLAP systems?
Analyze the data.
Data analysis, right? What is data analysis means? What is the use of data analysis? For decision making.
To analyze private data
What is the use
since
of data
10 years.
analysis? By analyzing the data, we can make some decisions. The top level management can make some decisions, right? I'll give you a scenario. What is decision making? If they know what is the total discount amount they spent in year 2021, 2022, and they can plan what is the discount amount they can provide in year 2023, right? How can they know that previous year's discount amount? By analyzing all the historical
Analyzing.
transactions. For example, what is this month? January, right? What are the products that have huge sales in the month of January? What are the products or items
Items.
which customers purchase in the month of January?
Sweaters.
Sorry, what is it? Ah,
Dress,
sweaters.
sweaters.
Yes, winter
Yeah.
wear. What else?
Sweaters, monkey cap.
Right.
Sweaters, monkey
Yes,
caps.
yes. These are all generally we are you are making those statements. These are general statements because you see everyone is going to buy. Even we buy those kind of clothes in winter, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you go to any shopping mall, what is the stock they have to maintain in the month of January?
Festival season purpose.
Winter, like winter wear, they have to maintain winter
Like
wear, and depends on the festivals, they have to maintain that festival related
dresses.
items,
All.
right?
Yes, yes.
But how
Yes.
they are going to know? So what is the stock they have to maintain in the month of January? What is the stock they have to reduce? Which customers are not buying most in the month of January? How the management is going to know? Because see, if it is just sweaters, we are able to guess. If it is a different material, it might be some spare parts. It might be some medicines. It might be some automobile parts. It might be some tires. How can you make that decision?
By
We don't know,
analyzing
right?
the
We don't know, right? When automobile spare parts are having huge sales in which month? We don't have that knowledge, right? Can you tell me in which month we have huge sales for tires?
no, sir.
We don't know,
Yes, sir.
right? But how can the management know that?
By analyzing the previous
By
data. Record.
analyzing, yes, by analyzing all historical records. They'll analyze year by year. Okay, in the year of 2021, what is the product that is having huge sales in the month of January? What is the product that doesn't have any sales in the month of January? So what is the product that have huge sales in 2021 January, 2022 January, so that they can understand, okay, so these specific items have huge sales in that specific month, so that we need to maintain more stock available, right? So they can take that decision by going through this technical analysis. It's not like not some generic statement, right? So every
Yes.
customer will purchase some item. So what they are going to do? They are going to aggregate all the data, and they are going to find what is the item that have huge sales. Most customers bought in the month of January. They can know, right? Highest selling material and lowest selling material. They can understand by analyzing this historical data, so that they can make better decisions, right? Without that, if they don't have any analytical system, they don't know what product they need to manufacture in which month, right? If you manufacture unnecessary products which doesn't have better sales in near future, is it loss for the organization or company or not?
Yes, sir.
Right? If there is no sales for that product, they need to spend a lot of money on raw material to manufacture that material product, and they have to spend money on labor who needs to manufacture that material, and all the company resources, marketing, sales, and everything are waste, right?
Yes, sir.
So that they do the decision making before going to manufacture. Okay, by using which system?
OLAP.
OLAP system. OLAP system is for decision making. Okay, decision making. Now tell me, I'm saying that all the transactions are creating in OLTP system, right?
Yes.
But how these transactions are available in OLAP system?
They stored some hard disks or like
All the transactions going to happen in OLTP system, but how we are able to analyze the data, whatever the transactions created in OLTP system, in OLAP system? Answer is here. So all the transactions, if you take this banking system example, all the transactions will create in OLTP system. OLTP, what does it allows? Create change. We can create the records, transactions, we can change the existing transactions, right? For example, if one customer amount is like by mistake, banking clerk deposited a incorrect amount, they can correct it, right? They can correct the amount once they found the mistake. They can insert or they can change in OLTP system. So after completing the business hours, what they are going to do?
The
After
transfer
completing the business hours, they are going to move all the transactions created on that day to which system?
OLAP system.
OLAP system. Okay. After completing the business, after closing the business hours, what they do? They'll move all the transactions created on that day to OLAP system. Move in the sense, it's not replacing, it's just copying. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
A copy of data will be moved to OLAP system. In OLAP, can we create records?
No.
No. It won't allow you to create new records. It won't allow you to change the existing records. We can only read and analyze. Okay. You cannot change the data in OLAP system. But where can you change the data?
OLTP.
OLTP. OLTP is the source for OLAP system. Okay. If you need to change any data record, if you need to correct any amount in OLAP, what you need to do? First, you need to correct it in
OLTP.
OLTP system. And then you need to transfer that record to OLAP system.
OLAP system.
So what do we call that process? The data transfer process from OLTP to OLAP.
ETL.
We call that as ETL. ETL means extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay. Extract the data, select the data from OLTP systems created today. Transform means if there is any data errors, we'll clean the data issues. Load means load it into OLAP system. So what do we call that process? ETL process. So ETL will extract the data from OLTP to OLAP system. When? Usually
Once
ETL
completed.
process will happen after business hours, right?
Yes.
After business hours. So that we can maintain that historical data in OLAP system. The management can analyze that historical data and take the decisions. Okay. So even government also use this decision making analysis. They'll collect all the citizens data, right?
Yes.
What we call that? Census.
Designs data.
They collect family details, family members details, and their profession and their
Yes.
income, right?
Yes, sir.
And the area what they are living, everything they'll collect, so that they'll analyze how many middle class families are there in the country, right? So that they'll take income as a range. So if everyone is having income between 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs, okay, they'll consider that family as a middle class family. And who is upper middle class, lower middle class, below poverty line? By collecting the data, they can analyze it, right? And they can take better decisions. If you have more BPL people, like below poverty line people, what they do? Government will come up with new schemes by area. Okay, in which part of the state we have higher below poverty line people, so that they can implement that specific scheme in that area only. Okay, to improve their life. Okay, to help that people who run below poverty line, right? It is waste of uh, government's money and resources, right? If they implement all the schemes in all the areas, even though that is not necessary for the people.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So with the help of this data analysis, we can improve the business, as well as we can improve, or we can implement the better policies. Even governments also use data analytics. Okay,
Okay.
even in these days every government is maintaining one portal with dashboard, data analysis dashboard, how many requests they have received, how many they resolved, how many are pending, how many are in progress, what is the percentage of the uh, resolution. Everything they can provide, right, by using data analysis. That's about OLAP and OLTP. So now tell me, what is SAP ERP? Is it OLTP or OLAP? SAP ERP is a OLTP system.
OLTP.
OLTP system where we create daily transactions. Okay, so like purchase orders, sales orders, employee payroll. We create all the transactions in OLTP system. That is SAP ERP is the OLTP system. Okay. So example for SAP OLAP system is SAP BW. We have a separate software product that is called SAP BW. Here we do data analysis. Okay. So we copy, or we extract data from SAP ERP to SAP BW every day after business hours. Like that, we have different third-party tools for OLTP and OLAP. Okay, developed by different companies. So in SAP, for SAP ERP is the example for OLTP. SAP BW is the example for OLAP. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
So what is the example of OLTP, sir?
OLAP is SAP BW.
Media.
B.
The BW, B for bus, W for war. SAP BW is the example for SAP product. SAP BW, SAP OLAP product. We have different third-party systems also. Microsoft has its own OLTP and OLAP systems. Like in Microsoft, I think we have a Microsoft SSIS. There are some tools. Any questions? Okay. Okay, please mute. I'll explain one more concept. That is master data and transactional data. Okay, please mute. Yeah, thanks. So master data and transactional data. What is master data and what is transaction data? Today, I'll give you details on this. What is master data? The meaning of master data is master data doesn't change very frequently. It changes very rarely. Okay? Master data changes very rarely. The example for master data is customer bank account details. When you open the bank account, what you need to provide for the bank clerk to open your bank account? You need to provide your name. You need to provide your phone number, email ID, address. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What do we call the data?
Master.
That is master data, because you're not going to change your name every day, right? You're
Yes.
not going to change your phone number every day. You're not going to change your email ID every day. But sometimes you may change your address when you relocate to different location. That is not very frequently, right?
Yes, sir.
Very rare, right? So that type of data we call as a master data. When you enrolled for a degree or course in a college, what you need to provide for the college in the first day? You have to take your master data, your name, your father's name, your phone number, emergency contact number, email ID, address, and everything, right?
Yes, sir.
That is called master data. Can you create any bank transactions without master data? Master data contains your account number, name, and everything. Even without creating master data, can you do any transactions?
No.
No, right? So they create master data record with account number, name, and your details. Next time when you want to create a transaction, what they're going to do? They'll take that master data reference to create every transaction. Every transaction should contain that account number, right? Every transaction is going to link with the account number, your account number, correct?
Yes, sir.
So account number is part of master data. Without master data, you cannot create any transactions. Even if they want to create any transaction, to which account they need to link? No, right? Without account number, you cannot do any transactions. That means master data is necessary to create any transactions. Okay? Even if you join in the college, can they conduct exams without having your roll number and master data?
Yes.
No. First, they have to create the master data, and based on that master data, they'll create transactional data. Now, tell me what is transactional data? Master data means which changes very rarely. What is transactional data?
Changes.
Infrequently.
Which changes very frequently, which updates very frequently. For example,
Withdrawal
your
of amount.
banking transactions. Your withdrawal amount will change for every transaction, right? Your exam results, your exam records, or your exam results, every result is different, right? Your business, like when you go to the shopping mall, you do one transaction, you do one bill, you purchase something. Are you going to create a transactional record or master record?
Transactional.
That's a transactional record. Master record they'll create only once, for the first time, when you shop in the first time. Next time when you go to the shop, what they'll ask your customer number or phone number, right? So that they can
Yes,
link
sir.
that transaction to your master data by using your phone number or your customer ID. Okay?
Okay.
So transactional data will change frequently. Master data changes very rarely. Okay? If you take any system, any software system, any database, there should be a master data, and then by using that master data reference, we need to create transactions. That is common in any software, not only in SAP. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now come back to our ETL process. So I told you every day after business hours, we are going to load all the data created in OLTP systems to OLAP system, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What type of data that might be created in OLTP system? They might created some master data records also, right? For new customers, new account numbers, and
Yes.
their corresponding transaction records also. Now tell me, what type of data they have to move first to OLAP system?
Create or
Is
change.
it master data or transactional data?
Transaction.
No. First, they have to move master data to OLAP system, right? Then
Yes.
only once all the master data is loaded to OLAP system, then transactional data will be loaded. Because transactional data contain your account number, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Your account number will be part of master data. If you don't move master data to OLAP system, and if you move the transactional data to OLAP system,
Very
can that account number can be recognizable, or is it
no,
a valid account number?
no, sir.
No. As long as there is no master data, that account number is not valid. That's why in every system, first we move master data and then we move transactional data.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's about master data and transactional data. Is everyone clear about what is master data and what is transactional data? It is even an important interview question. What is master data and what is transactional data? Master data will change very rarely. You can provide an example. For example, customer account details. Transactional data which changes frequently. For example, customer withdrawal or deposit transactions. Okay, this is an
Yes.
example for transactional data. Okay, so we'll stop for today here, and tomorrow we'll see and we'll go through the navigations of SAP system, how to open the SAP server and how to work on the SAP server. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.